Is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever a worthy follow-up to the original film, or does it fall short of excellence? Here's what the critics are saying. It's premiere week for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and members of the press have attended special screenings of the film. Before they're allowed to give their official reviews, writers, critics, and influencers take to social media to share their initial reactions to the project. Now that critics can expand on those initial reactions, we're getting down into the nitty-gritty of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. There are still some rave reviews for the flick, but some more negative responses are starting to come through. As of Tuesday, November 8th, the Rotten Tomatoes score for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever has been hovering in the mid-90s. As these reviews continue to pile in, this number will rise and fall, but it looks like critics are absolutely loving the sequel, but it's not without its flaws. As to be expected, many reviews mention the emotional roller coaster fans will ride while watching Wakanda Forever. Deadline's Pete Hammond said of the sequel, "There can be no doubt Coogler has meticulously thought all of this out, while still delivering the rip-roaring action sequences and uncredited surprise appearances we expect from any Marvel movie, but especially its crown jewel." Coogler was praised in many reviews, which should come as quite a relief for the director, who had a tremendous amount of pressure on his shoulders when making this film. According to Richard Roper of the Chicago Sun-Times, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, quote, "succeeds as a new adventure and as a tribute to a wonderful actor who was taken from this world decades too soon." Additionally, Jamie Broadnax of Black Girl Nerds is calling Wakanda Forever the best film of Phase 4, making it the perfect film to close out this segment of the multiverse saga. But while many critics are praising the movie, a nice chunk of them have some quibbles with the movie's pacing and focus. Richard Lawson of Vanity Fair writes, "Some will no doubt miss the tight focus and energy of Black Panther. The sequel is more scattered, a vast expansion with a hole at its center." This is a common theme among critics, as many suggest it doesn't stack up to its predecessor. To be fair, Black Panther is often hailed as one of the best superhero movies of all time, so it's not an insult to say its sequel doesn't match it. Robbie Collin of the Daily Telegraph held nothing back, saying the film is a near 3-hour endurance run of gloomy photography and turgidly staged, emotionally empty two-way conversations, all seemingly designed to sap cast and viewers' combined will to live. Matt Singer of Screen Crush calls the movie, quote, "a messy sprawl of an ensemble piece," and says in his review that watching the original before seeing the sequel is a bad move because it pales in comparison. Rolling Stone's K. Austin Collins offered a balanced critique in his review, writing, "The movie isn't always on such sure footing, but that's almost appropriate. A messier movie trying to reckon with a messier range of feelings."
When you left without saying a word, it hurt.
Additionally, some critics mention the movie is just a little bit too long, like Owen Gleiberman of Variety suggesting 20 minutes could have been shaved off its 161-minute runtime. Overall, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever appears to be a great addition to the ever-expanding MCU. Where it falls in the ranks is entirely up to you, but if these reviews are any indication, it's definitely in the top half. Brian Truitt of USA Today wrote, "Director Ryan Coogler delivers a powerful follow-up to the phenomenal 2018 Black Panther that's funny, clever, and heartbreaking, impressive in its world-building, honest in its view of world politics, and naturally packed with huge action sequences. It definitely seems like it'll help those suffering from Marvel fatigue after the less-than-stellar Phase 4 films like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Eternals, and Black Widow." Ross Bonamine of Collider added, "Wakanda Forever isn't perfect, but its ability to handle this tightrope walk between exploration of loss and a larger superhero film makes this one of the most moving MCU entries so far, and one of the best films to come out of Marvel's Phase 4. According to critics, it sounds like Coogler has delivered a slightly messy but compelling sequel to the original film. Now all that's left is to see what the fans think when Wakanda Forever officially premieres on November 11th, 2022.